on here with Brady and the Patriots?
Well, look, when Adam Schefter gets that kind of information, where do you think that's coming from? I mean, it's a subtle way of reframing the situation. Remember, at first, Belichick wanted to get rid of Brady and go to Jimmy Garoppolo, who, by the way, was 2-0 with the Patriots and is 7-0 this year. Right? You know, Garoppolo, it turns out, is pretty good. Brady knows what he's looking at. And Brissett's gone, Garoppolo's gone, the cupboard's bare, right? That's because Brady did an end around and went right to Robert Kraft. So, okay, he's going to retire a Patriot. Oh, no. Maybe not. And now you put this report out there. That's to get everyone in New England to lick your boots, to beg you to stay. That's what luckily there are a lot of bootlickers there, so it's not going to be very difficult. But yeah, no kidding, his relationship with Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick would be a draw. What is that really about? We know his relationship with Kraft is good. That's aimed at Bill Belichick. That's like, hey, Bill Belichick, kneel before Tom Brady, right? Like, that's the whole thing. It's always been, is it more Brady or Belichick? I got a solution to figure it out, Stephen A. There have been some rumors that wouldn't the Los Angeles Chargers be a good place for Tom Brady? Phillip Rivers has never gotten over the hump, right? Well, there's no better experiment to do because their cupboard is bare at backup quarterback in New England. But if Brady went to Los Angeles, Phillip Rivers would be available. Let's see if it's Brady or Belichick. Send Tom Brady to Los Angeles, and we'll find out who does better. Brady on a loaded team that somehow can't get it done? Or Phillip Rivers with Belichick? Because my money's on Phillip Rivers with Belichick.
Wow.
Let's see what happens.
Well, here's what I would say to you. I think it's entirely plausible and believable that Tom Brady does not mind inconveniencing Bill Belichick in any way. Bill Belichick runs the Patriots organization. Mr. Kraft obviously is the owner, and ultimately Tom Brady can circumvent or navigate his way around Bill Belichick to make sure that he gets what he wants in terms of Bill Belichick having to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo and staying with Tom Brady. But in terms of the salary that Tom Brady got, the one-year commitment that Tom Brady got, the lack of guaranteed dollars that Tom Brady had and whatever, this isn't about getting the Boston faithful to beg for Tom Brady because we all know they love and revere him and certainly don't want him to go anywhere. And his affection and affinity with them is well documented and incredibly believable. This is about him and Bill Belichick. You do get to a point where you get tired of others kissing somebody else's ring instead of yours, particularly when you believe you deserve far more credit than has been given to you by the man in charge. And so it's definitely believable that Tom Brady wouldn't mind making things inconvenient for Bill Belichick. But in the end, when you see what Bill Belichick's a genius, man. I mean, when I listen to players talk about this man, the profound level of respect that they have for his football acumen, his genius at work, whether it's offensively, defensively, special teams. He is considered, without question, the greatest coach ever. When you hear guys playing in today's game who openly acknowledge what he does, and not just the players who played for him, but opponents who go up against him, there's really nothing else to say. And so Tom Brady can say what he wants. He can do what he wants. He can throw little nuggets of information out there for the Adam Schefters of the world and others to grasp, and they're going to do their job as greatly as they do it, etc. But in the end, the one advantage that Bill Belichick has is Bill Belichick is able to say, okay, I have these rings too. Okay, and I was the man in charge while you were capturing these rings. And oh, by the way, you don't have but so much time to play. I could be coaching for the next decade. So let's pump the brakes a little bit in terms of whatever level of inconvenience he's going to cause Bill Belichick. Because I got news for you. Bill Belichick could have losing seasons for the next 2 or 3 years, and we still wouldn't blink because that's how phenomenal he has been. Go ahead, Ryan.
Would y'all stop making this the Real House Husbands of New England? We're making way too big a deal of this. And I think the first issue is Adam, who you are right, is Adam Schefter, who's amazing at his jobs. He got a little information, he read some tea leaves, and he kind of just put it out there for us to kind of discuss and figure out what we thought Tom Brady was thinking. But that's just it. We can't think for Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a man that is faced with football mortality. And for many of us and for people who've never stared at that, you don't understand what it's like. Now you're going to start to reflect on how people see you. You're going to reflect on your legacy, something that he never really talks about. family and what they want becomes more important. We've heard him talk about Giselle and his kids a little bit more as he gets along to this point where it's time to make some decisions. But make no mistake about it, what this is really about, and you listen to Max say, should he go to the Chargers and see what he does there? This isn't the same Tom Brady. This isn't the same Tom Brady who we could roll out any group of wide receivers and watch them be extremely successful. This is the Tom Brady that needs Bill Belichick. This is a Tom Brady that needs this defense. And so while we're sitting here and trying to figure out where he's going to go next and who's going to take Tom Brady on, or if Tom Brady's going to retire and go to another team, I think Tom Brady's also smart enough to realize that, yeah, Belichick and Kraft, they aren't just a draw because they've been in my life for the last 2 decades or because Robert Kraft stood by me when Bill Belichick may have wanted to move on. The reason that they're a draw is because they're an owner who loves you, and it's a head coach who can coach with anyone at that position.
That's the point.
Because we've seen it with Garoppolo, we've seen it with Brissett, we saw it with Matt Castle for a whole year, and they were 11-5. And so he might have put his house up. You know why he could put his house up? Because rich folks do stuff like that. Rich people can put big houses up, and if they sell early and they got a year left, they can find somewhere to stay because they rich.
But Ryan, what it comes down to is it's always been the great argument for the greatest dynasty in the history of football, the greatest head coach, the greatest quarterback, right? Is it more Belichick or Brady? And I'm here to tell you, of course it's both. They're both great. It's way more Belichick than Brady. Belichick would have won, maybe not as many Super Bowls with any old good quarterback, but Belichick would have won multiple Super Bowls in the last 20 years with a whole bunch of quarterbacks and may have won more with a few of them, right?
Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.